Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. So, today we're going to be talking about something that's very important, something that most should be doing, but many avoid. All right. And that's our year end review of our finances. So, if that is you and you want to learn more about it, or if it's not you and maybe you want to learn more about it because you're not sure if it's you, stay tuned. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. If you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time, Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment where we go over tips to help you enhance your finances. I'm Coach D, your financial coach, and I want to help you to reach and exceed your financial goals while still enjoying life in the process. We meet here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. for a different topic. So if this is your first time, definitely go back and watch some replays. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Sorry I'm a little late. So this time when I was trying to go live, so my live is, geared towards my YouTube. However, it also shares in other locations while I'm live. And one of the locations was not working, so it was preventing the live from going to other places. So thank you for hanging out and waiting for me to get here. So, hey, thank you for tuning in. So, yeah, thank you for being here. Let me know. So, before we get started, for the comments I already see, you all are people who have been here with me, who tune in weekly. Do I look clearer than normal? I have had some updates done to the Wi-Fi, so I just want to make sure, it's clearer for you. It's something I've been trying to work on as from the house fire, we're in a rental home, so I'm dealing with, different things. So, yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Glad to hear that glad to see or, learn that it's clearer because that was my goal because I'm thinking, it'll be easier for you to keep up with me, stay interested and, continue, with it being clear. Hey, thank you for tuning in. And this time, when you guys are commenting, it's coming up different, like not the same as it did before. So that might be an update to the software that I use to go live. But anywho, I'm doing a lot of chit chatting. So let's get into today's topic. So today's topic is your year in review of your finances. So that's something that's very important. Why am I talking about it already? Yes, it is December, but we're only going to have 3 lives this month, the first 3 Tuesdays. So we're gonna start with that. So just it's something that you should be doing, just like when you have your health checkups every year for your health. You're going to, or you should be checking up at least once a year for your health to make sure everything's okay and not waiting until everything falls apart to want to take a look, to want to check it out. So, same with your finances. You should be taking a look. You can pick a time to do this. I think the end of the year, it's a good time to do it as it helps you to recap the year, see what you did, see what worked, what didn't work, so you can go into the next year, better. Okay, so then what exactly is it? It is just that reviewing everything with your finances. Hey, thank you for tuning in. And it's not about perfection. If it's something you haven't been doing, don't be concerned with not doing it properly or not knowing what to do. Just sit down and get to it. We're going to talk about, things that, you can be checking. So I'm definitely going to give you a list of things places to be checking with your finances to make sure so you can prepare yourself for the new year. And my thinking is to prepare beforehand so you can walk in with a better understanding. So we definitely want to be clear. We want to be ahead so that we can be preparing ourselves for our taxes, not last minute with that. Knowing certain numbers with your finances will help you to prepare for your taxes. So that's another thing. So where would you be doing those checkups? So for starters, number one, your bank account. Go to your bank account. So you can, go and review what you've been doing. So I'm not sure how far back your bank statements will allow you to go, but if it lets you see the full year, take some time. If maybe you don't have time to review the whole year, then definitely review at least 90 days. And I probably wouldn't include, this month. Well, actually, it wouldn't show. I was gonna say, with the holidays, that's not your normal spending, so that's not really a reflection of what you did or throughout the year. But review your bank statements, review to see, did you overspend? Were the having overdraft fees, or was it pulling from your savings account to help you with areas, or did you kind of stay the same? Did it fluctuate? What happened with it? Same with your debt. With your debt at the beginning of the year, did you track your debt? Did you write down, what was your starting debt for the year? If so, where are you now? Is it up? Is it down? Is it the same? Things to be reviewing. When you sit down and you're doing your review, just take a moment to think about it. Like, okay, so now that I'm sitting here and I'm doing my finances or doing my financial checkup, how do I feel? How does this make me feel? Is this making me feel like stressed? Is this making me feel like this is too much for me? Is this making me feel, all those things matter. And there are reasons why you'll have different feelings with your finances, but you have to, do it and take the Band-Aid off, because doing that 9 times out of 10, while you're looking at your finances to do a checkup, you will see that things are working better than you think they are. Most times we're afraid to look because we're like, oh, I know I'm tearing this up, or I'm not doing this right, or, and then we won't do it. We'll avoid looking at it. We'll want to just assume, and sometimes we assume for the negative. We think that we're tearing this up, we're tearing that up, and actually we're doing okay. So definitely check it out and see what you're doing. Check your, like your lifestyle. Check and see the things that you are spending money on. Check and see if you're doing, like, see if, like, for my bank account, it breaks things down and tells me, like, I'm spending on this, I'm spending on this. So if yours does something like that, you can definitely see and make a graph and make a chart and see, I'm spending this much on this monthly, or I'm, my quarterly, it shows me spending this much money on, leisure or gas, or, and if not, then you take the time, go through your bank account, through your bank statements, and you write that stuff down, because it's important for you to see the numbers, because that's going to help you to prepare to do, things differently or better for the next year. And, I always promote doing it in December, but you don't have to necessarily do it in December. You can kind of do it whenever you want to. However, I think December is the perfect time, and you can do it more than once a year. That will help you to be even more prepared. Do it more than once a year. So, when should you be checking it? Then when it's time to assess your goals. Did you reach them? Are you struggling to reach them? What could be preventing you from making them? Or, what could be, what you can check and see what could help you to reach them faster? What can help you to, set your next goal? I went and I looked and I seen that I'm doing this, this, this. Well, I'm seeing I'm spending so much money on that I want to see if I can reduce that by $100 next month. Or, looking at it will help you to, think of different things to do to make things better. And of course, we don't want to take away all the things that we love and enjoy, because that's my thing. I want you to be able to still live your life while, have your finances together while still enjoying life in the process. So, if we have to decrease things for a moment to reach our financial goals, we're still doing both. But then once we, hit our goal or have our savings to where we want it to be, then we can pick back up to what we were doing, the amount we were doing, or whatever it was that we might have adjusted. Because we don't want to remove everything. Why? Because you're not going to stick to it. Because that's something you're used to, something you want to do. So let's see. I have on here areas to review. Are you guys still with me? Areas to review. So with your finances. So not only I started with your bank accounts and I just went on with that. I didn't go to the other areas, but you also want to check, as far as, yes, thank you, your income. You know what I mean? Check that throughout the year. How was that? Did it go up? Did it go down? Is it the same? How's that working with your finances? How is your savings going? I spoke about debt a little bit, but just the same for your savings. Is it increasing? Is it decreasing? Do you have, the amount you plan to, build up for the year? If not, what could you do to, get yourself to that amount? Do you have time before the year is out to actually increase it to the amount? How far are you? How close are you? So looking at that, you can see. And if you're not going to reach it, then guess what? Roll that into 2026. And, you're able to see how long in 2026 it will take you because you'll be able to see your patterns because you looked at this year's to see what you did. Or, how about if there wasn't any emergencies? Did you have any emergencies this year? How were you prepared for them? Did you have an emergency fund? Did you not have an emergency fund? If you did, was the amount you set aside in there enough? Do you think you could do a different amount next year? Did you know maybe you had too much or maybe you didn't have one at all? So assessing that. As always, your subscriptions, checking them out. I was recently reviewing mine. There's a subscription that I have that I've been paying for, and the amount actually changed by a couple dollars. And I know, they have to increase, but a couple dollars was like, excuse me. So, that's for as far as I'm concerned, that's too much, a couple dollars. So, needless to say, either tomorrow or Thursday, I'm going to be going there to go inside and ask, so what happened? Why is it, did it, I understand, things have to go up, but to me, that's a big jump. So I want to know, does anything change with my package? Am I getting, more for this new price or correct? Every dollar counts. And those are my dollars, you know what I mean? So as I plan for the next year, 126, I want to be prepared. What could I be doing with those couple dollars every month that you're now taking from me? Those $4 could go to something, differently. Is that $48? That could be something. That could be help with my nails. That could be gas. That could be if I wanted to go eat out. You know what I mean? I could be using it on something else. So that's important. And that's how we need to think about things too. A lot of times we're thinking about the big numbers and thousands, but first we need to, pay attention to the little numbers because the little numbers do what? Add up to our big numbers. So having that review will definitely help you to, see your lessons for the year, and it's a lesson for yourself. See what you did, how you did, so you can improve for the next year because we always want to get better. And, we always plan, and that's another thing too, to not be upset with yourself because things happen. Things don't always go as planned. So if it didn't go as planned, that's okay. We'll move forward and we plan for the future in hopes that things will, continue to improve going forward, but we don't just fall off the wagon if something doesn't go as planned and give up like I'm done. Nope. We get back up and we keep going and to work on things being the best that they can be. So before we get out of here, definitely let me know. Are you going to do this? Are you going to do a year in review of your finances? I hope you are. Let me know. Let me know. I know this says like a delay. I think it's like 8 or 9 seconds. But let me know if you're going to do a review of your finances. And if you are, I would want to know, can you tell me when you're going to do it? In a week? In 2 weeks? Tonight? Or maybe tonight you can do some of it? Like what are you thinking? I need to for sure, especially since my car insurance increased. See, things are increasing, so we need to adjust. I hope it wasn't a big increase. I hope not. And just like I'm talking about $4 increase, I'm sure it was more than $4, but definitely do it. Yes, wonderful, and that's so good. That's so good, and I really want you guys to check into these things and keep an eye on things and just sit down. And if you have your planner, shameless plug, if you have your planner, you can write these things down in your planner. You can write to, I wasn't prepared to show this to you, but I'm sure there's a page in here because there's a lot of pages. But, You can just put your goals in there. Put what I should do mine this weekend. Hold me accountable. I sure will. $20. Okay, $20 that's a good feeling. Not too bad. That is a nice amount, but I'm glad that it's only $20. So yeah, do yours this weekend. I will most definitely hold you accountable. I will check in with you on Sunday to see if you did it, you got started, because that's wonderful. Wonderful. All right, so I'm not going to hold you. Um, if you feel that you want to do this and maybe you need a little help for the month of December, I haven't announced it yet publicly, but I mean, I guess it's publicly because it's with you all, but I'll be sharing this tomorrow actually. That for the month of December, I'm offering 2026 success strategy calls, where it's an hour one-on-one, where we're doing what? Going over your 2025 finances, what you can improve, and then after the call, you'll get a plan for 2026 and what you should be focusing on. You'll also get 7 days in the Wealth Within Challenge, which, if you don't know, that's our journaling challenge. It made me think to show you the journal, but for 7 days you don't receive that. But you would receive the prompts to help you to at least get started and start thinking about your money. If you're someone who has difficulty just thinking about it, like it's hard for you. So it comes with the 60 minutes, it comes with the action plan for the next year, and it comes with the 7 days. So if that's something you want or you need help with, listen. And then we have our free, I almost forgot, we have our free, I'm getting the link just to post it in here. We have our free 5-minute financial help check. So if you were to complete that before the call, then we can go over that. That has a lot of good things for you also. Let me see. Trying to find a link. See, when I was testing this live, I found out that I had like a little QR code. So I'll put my little QR code link up there so you guys can see it. I'm also going to put the link in the comments. Hopefully you can still see me while I flip my screen. I should have my link together. But if that's something you're interested in, definitely schedule. It's only for the month of December. I only offer it this month. And if you could benefit for it, I'd love to see you for an hour whenever you schedule it. If not, I wish you the best of luck. I still want you to do it. Great. Yeah, I still want you to do it. And I want to hold you accountable. So everyone who said yes in the comments, guess what? I'm checking up with you, call or not. Okay? All right. So have a great week. I will see you next week. Like I said, we're going to meet next week, the week after, and then the last two Tuesdays of the month we're taking off. We will resume in 2026. I can't believe it's almost 2026. So thank you for tuning in for Talk Tuesday. It is my desire to always help you enhance your finances and, any way I can help you. So keep tuning in, and not only tuning in, but actually taking action after our live. And, start, even if it's tonight, doing a little bit. Sometimes maybe you don't have the time to do everything we talked about, but just like today, setting a time. I'm going to start tomorrow, or I'm going to check my bank accounts tomorrow, or I'm going to check my savings on Thursday. Like, just pick an amount, or pick something, not an amount, pick something. You know what I mean? Take baby steps. You don't have to do it all in one day, but still work to actually get it done. So that is my desire for you. So happy budgeting, happy finances. See you on Tuesday. Next week, be safe too. If you're, up here where we are, our weather wasn't, too hot today. It was really slippery out. So be safe traveling. If you're not around here, maybe you have different kind of weather. I still wish you safety as well. All right. See you next week.